so we get more people in the healthcare field knowledgeable so they can diagnose and treat these illnesses. And Dr. Volkoff, your great work over the years in research has been so instrumental in moving it forward. I look forward to continuing to work with you. Thank you so much for your work, both of you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy, and members of the panel for participating in this discussion and hearing from our expert witnesses. This hearing is necessarily focused on what kinds of medication might be available based on years of research in neuroscience that would help people deal with their addictions. But I'm fully aware that there are other ways and other therapies that could be adjunctive and complementary. We have not really spent much time discussing them today, although our witnesses have acknowledged that they're looking at a broad spectrum approach towards addiction and not advocating just one approach. Because just one approach, if we're talking about drug therapy, would be admittedly a behaviorist approach that would be mechanistic. If we're talking only about genetics, it tends to be mechanistic. It's stimulus. We get into stimulus response psychology. We get into more of a behaviorist psychology than as opposed to humanistic psychology. We get into a neuropsychiatric model as opposed to something that maybe Menninger would have done years ago, looking at the bridge between science and religion, between physics and metaphysics, into looking at the potential of the human spirit for transformation. Because there's another element here that we really haven't probed at all. That gets out of the psychology of victimization. That goes to what happens when someone does take responsibility and maybe connects with spiritual principles in their own life that help them to transcend their dilemma. We didn't get into that today. But given this discussion, I think at some point this subcommittee will. I want to thank the witnesses, and we're now going to move to the next panel. Thank you very much.